10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban.
Lich.
Dire team pick.
Keeper of the light.
Radiant team pick.
League's assassin.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban.
Slada.
Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Dire team pick. 10 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Admiral Conquer!
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Juggernaut.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Sven stands ready.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban.
Axe!
10 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Templar Assassin.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Ember Spirit.
Ten seconds remaining.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This evening we've got a game between 5 Bhongs and, hear this, Dragon Ball. Okay, so we see 5 Bhongs playing in the Radiant side. Their draft is pretty solid. They have a Templar Assassin, they have a Lich, they have a Slardar, they have a Juggernaut, they have an Axe. And as for the side of Dragon Ball, we have a Kunkka, a Sven, a Nyx Assassin, an Ember Spirit, and a Keeper of the Light. So the game is going to begin pretty soon. Well, actually the game has started. The pause was there in the beginning of the game. I assume that people had some kind of problems in their side. I wouldn't know that because you know, I'm sitting behind a computer just casting. So let's see how the game's gonna go. It's probably going to be a Kunkka in the mid lane. No, actually it's going to be an Ember Spirit in the mid lane, while the Nyx Assassin is going to solo down in the bottom lane, while the Sven is going to get supported by both the Keeper of the Light and the Kunkka. I would like to say Coddle of the Light, but then again it would get too memey for this. And we see that Kunkka is getting blocked by the Juggernaut, and there is going to be that spin. The Slardar Crush has prevented him from moving a lot, but there is going to be a beautiful 3-man torrent coming in, so he's going to be safe for now. I don't think he's going to be getting that rune though. That is a 4-man rotation coming in from 5 Bhongs, and I guess they're going to secure that. Ten minutes left for the game to begin, and we see the Nyx Assassin rotating onto the bottom side. He wants to secure the rune for himself. He might be just able to do that since that's just an axe going up against him. And actually he gets that. The axe does not get that bounty rune. So that's 2 runes going the way of each team. And the Ember Spirit going to the mid lane versus the Templar Assassin. The Templar Assassin is a really good hero, deals a lot of physical damage, but the Flame Guard coming in from the Ember Spirit will be able to melt down that refraction charges. So the Keeper of the Light going to support the Sven in the top lane versus the Slardar, Lich, and a Juggernaut. So it's going to be an aggressive tri lane coming in from 5 Bhongs, with their carry being played in the off lane. Meanwhile, the Kunkka is going to be supporting, roaming around. He goes for the torrent play. The torrent is going to connect onto the Templar Assassin. Just a little bit of harass here and there, and yeah, that's not going to result in any kind of kills. but it is going to scare the Templar Assassin, make her stay on the tip of her toes, making sure that she doesn't just die just like that. You see a crush onto the Keeper of the Light. The Keeper of the Light is getting quite low. He does not have a lot of armor, and we see a Stormhammer actually coming in onto the Slardar. The Torrent is also going to be there. A few more hits is going to secure the kill. The Coddle takes that with that Illuminate. The Blade Fury is not going to be enough to get the kill onto the Keeper of the Light. The Clarity is going to get popped up by the Sven, and maybe he can look for another kill with that Stormhammer. Actually, he's not going to look for that. So the Sven is getting hardly supported by, not hardly supported, hard supported by his Keeper of the Light and the Kunkka. The Illuminate spam is also going to be there. That is going to harass the Juggernaut out of the lane. Meanwhile, in the mid, the Ember Spirit seems to be doing pretty well. Has that 4-man shield that is going to mitigate a lot of damage coming in from the Templar Assassin. Has that bottle being queued up, and the Templar Assassin though does not seem to be doing bad herself. The Flame Guard is going to get popped up by the Ember Spirit. He is taking a lot of damage though with that. The refraction is going to be there, but that is just going to melt pretty soon. I actually think this is going to be either one of these heroes going down, and that is going to be the Templar Assassin. The Ember Spirit takes that kill. There's going to be a pause just like that. So I'm going to take this time to give a shout out to one of our sponsors, Acer University and Phoenix Market City, Bangalore. Do check them out. Acer Predator. They do top of the line computer peripherals, and their gaming laptops are really good. Do check them out. And Circle Gaming, they make world-class cabinets. If you ever plan on building a PC, do check them out. The go sign has been given, and the game, I assume, is going to resume. Okay, that was not a joke, please don't. Okay, the game is going to get resumed. We see a hard lane pull being done by the Keeper of the Light. That is going to make sure that their lane is not going to get pushed a lot. The Sven will be able to get those farm from the lane. And the stacks are also going to be taken by the Sven later on in the game once he has more points into his play. Meanwhile, in the off lane, which we've not really talked about, we see the mana burn coming in from the Nyx Assassin. That's dealing a lot of damage, but there is going to be that fall coming in from the axe. One more spin might just secure the kill, but there is going to be that impel, so he's going to survive. He eats an Ironwood branch, and he's going to be safe for now. There's going to be an X mark into Torrent onto the Lich. The Illuminate is going to be fully charged. It's going to be the Lich going down, and yes, the Sven takes that kill. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, we see the Shackles did not really connect onto the Templar Assassin. The Templar Assassin is dealing a lot of damage, and okay, that's not going to result in any kind of kills, but that did get both the heroes pretty low. So the Axe is doing really well in the safe lane for himself. The Nyx Assassin scraping by as much farm as he can get. The top lane, the Juggernaut is getting decent amount of farms. He's actually leading the network charts over the Sven himself. The Ember Spirit though, as usual, he is leading the network chart overall. He's doing really well versus the Templar Assassin. The Axe probably wants to complete the Tranquil Boots and go into a Blink Dagger directly, not opting for the Vanguard. Since early fights in this game is going to be pretty essential. The Flame Guard is going to get popped up by the Ember Spirit. That is going to be dealing a lot of damage to the Templar Assassin. The refraction is down, but actually she's dealing a lot more damage. He's going to get rooted up by the Shackle, and a few more Reckless. He's going to secure the kill. Yeah, the Templar Assassin goes down, then this will take the kill. Meanwhile, in the top lane, we see a Stormhammer onto the Juggernaut. He does have that spin, so he will be safe.
Radiant's middle
The Bounty
tower
Rune is
under
going to get
attack.
picked up by the Nyx Assassin. So the Axe is not really paying attention to the Bounty Runes. He's just going to stay in the lane and farm up. And we see another Bounty Rune being picked up by the Ember Spirit, just refilling that bottle charge. We see a 3-man rotation onto the top lane, the Slardar and the Lich trying to get a kill onto the Sven, but they are going to get spotted out by the Kunkka. The Torrent is actually going to connect onto the Lich. He is going to get stunned up, and the Illuminate is going to be there. 2 right clicks is going to be enough to get the kill onto the Lich, and the Juggernaut dealing a lot of damage, but not enough to get the kill onto the Sven. He's going to pop that healing salve, and he's going to be safe just like that. And there's going to be another hard lane pull in the safe lane for the side of Dragon Ball. The mana has been least out of the axe by the next assassin. He's just going to be spamming that and making sure that he doesn't get called. And we see a Stormhammer, just a cheeky little bait coming in from the Sven. That is going to secure a last hit, and we see the axe though in the safe lane pulling the creeps to the hard camp, making sure that the next assassin does not get a lot of farm. The same being done by Dragon Ball in their respective safe lane. The axe is out of mana actually, so he needs to be really careful. He can't really go for a taunt, and we actually see an impale coming in from the next assassin dealing a lot of damage, but the counter helix is going to be there. That is going to actually deal more damage to the Nyx, so he's not going to go for the kill. The Sven actually seems to be struggling in the safe lane, even though he's trying to go for those kills on those squishy supports like the Lich. He's not doing really well. Meanwhile, we see the Impale is going to be there, but the Refraction was already popped, and the Regeneration is going to heal the Templar Assassin back to full HP.
Death and good.
So the Arcane Book has been completed on the next assassin. He's looking really strong. The Barge is soon to be completed on the Sven. The Juggernaut though, he's looking really strong. Meanwhile in the mid lane we see a Torrent coming onto the Templar Assassin. The Impale is also going to be there, and that is going to be the Templar Assassin going down a third time in this game. And we see a Stormhammer coming actually onto the Juggernaut. One more crush is going to secure the kill onto the Sven. The Sven does go down, but so does the Juggernaut. Yeah, that's about it. That's going to be 3 heroes going down for the start of 5 Bhongs, and Dragon Ball looking really strong at the early game.
Dire are scanning.
The Axe is getting a decent amount of farm in the safe lane himself. Not going to really complain about that. The safe lane for the Sven though, he did die once, so things are not looking really well. He hasn't completed his power trade. The Illuminate is going to be there, and that's going to deal a lot of damage onto the Juggernaut, but he is just going to spin away and be safe under tier 1. So the Ember Spirit is leading the network charge. I assume he is going to go for that Veil of Discord build, since that is pretty popular these days. But we may never know. So there's not going to be a call in the bottom lane. The mana has been thoroughly brought down by the next assassin on the Axe. The Ember Spirit, yeah, he's going to go for that Veil of Discord. He was probably going to get that in a few more seconds. Meanwhile, the Invis is going to get snatched right under the nose of the Keeper of the Light, and the Slardar picks that up. So he has to keep an eye out for that. The Slardar with that invisibility, if he gets a crush onto the Ember Spirit, there is a good chance that he could go for the kill. No sentry has been dropped in the mid lane, so he has to be really careful. So the Axe is going to go directly for a Blink Dagger after the Tranquil Boots. That is going to allow him to go for more fights. Keeper of the Light though, he is looking really strong. He has that 4-star of being killed up in his quick buy. That is going to allow him to deal more damage and get out of sticky situations pretty easily. Mostly from the Juggernaut and the Axe. We see a bunch of pings coming out on the Keeper of the Light. It seems as though 5 Bhongs really want to go for the kill onto the portal. We see rotation coming onto the bottom lane. The Axe is going to get spotted out by the next assassin. The Ember Spirit is also going to be there, so if they want to go for it, it is going to be a kill. The Axe is currently hiding in the jungle though. He does pop that Clarity, and the Spike Arm is actually going to be there, but meanwhile in the top lane, the Keeper of the Light goes down. The Juggernaut uses his Omni Flash, and that is going to be an easy kill. The Sven tries to go for the kill onto the Slardar, but the Torrent does not connect, so that's just going to be it. But the Axe does go down for the side of 5 Bhongs. Things are not looking really well for him. That is going to delay that Blink Dagger timing for him by a lot.
Tower is under attack.
The Slardar though also going for that Tranquil Boots with the Blink Dagger just like that. An Arcane Rune being picked up by the Ember Spirit. He's trying to look for a kill onto the Axe again, maybe.
Dire's middle
But he is
tower
going to get
is under
spotted out
attack.
by the Psionic Trap placed by the Templar Assassin in the bottom bounty rune for the Radiant side. The Ember Spirit is trying to scout out for the Templar Assassin. He maybe has an idea that the Templar Assassin is over there. He pops that Flame Guard and the Veil of Discord, but there is going to be that Slithering Plus coming in from the Slaughter. But an amazing Remnant coming in from the Ember Spirit is going to secure a double kill onto the side of 5 Bhongs. 2 heroes just drop dead just like that. And actually he is going to just go ahead and form up that Ancient Stack which was meant for the Templar Assassin. And the Keeper of the Light plus the Nyx Assassin are going to be there helping him clear out that Ancient Stack. So the Sven is actually looking really strong. Meanwhile, the Slardar is going to get spotted out by the Kunkka, and the X into Torrent is also going to be there. That is going to deal a lot of damage. The Illuminate also dealing a lot of damage, but he is just going to be able to escape. The Kunkka, though, he's in a realistic situation. The Steel Dream Crush is going to be there, and he's going to go down.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
The Juggernaut in the top lane, he's looking really strong right now. He has that phase build being completed for him with that maxed out Blade Fury. He will be able to harass the Sven out of the lane if things get too complicated for him. We do see the Keeper of the Light stacking the Dire Ancient Camp for the Sven. And actually the Sven seems to be going for a Master Mana First, a really good choice of item that will allow him to farm pretty fast. And Sven is pretty OP in this match, so we'll see how it goes.
The Rune of Illusion.
We see a TP onto the top lane and the dual smoke up coming in from the Axe and the Juggernaut. They probably want to go for a kill onto the Sven. The Sven has not yet been spotted out in the lane. He is going to be farming that neutral camp.
Dire are scanning.
And meanwhile, the Templar Assassin is just going to be farming that stack with the help of the Corrosive Haze coming in from the Slaughter.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
The Sven has to be really careful in that lane. If he gets caught out by the Axe and the Juggernaut is going to be there to deal the damage, he is going to die pretty fast.
Radiant's
So the tier
middle
1
tower
in the mid lane
has
is going to
been
get denied by the Lich. That's one thing going for 5 Bhongs. The Axe is going to be in the trees. He is going to get an amazing call with that Blink Dagger reveal, and the Blade Fury is actually going to be there. That is going to be dealing a lot of damage, but the Stormhammer is there and he goes down. But the Axe also goes down in return. The Juggernaut is in a really sticky situation. The Slithering Crush is going to be there, and that's the end of that fight. So the Slaughter saving the Juggernaut's ass right there. So the boots of travel have been completed on the Ember Spirit. He's looking really strong right now with that Veil of Discord plus boots of travel. He can go to any lane and try to get a gang going for his team. We do see a Corrosive Haze onto the Kunkka. He's going to get spotted out by that, so he needs to stay back and be careful for now. Meanwhile, the Ember Spirit trying to look for a kill on any of these straying heroes in the Radiant jungle, but he will not find any. Dax is going to TP to the bottom lane, trying to just farm up the jungle. If the Ember Spirit does spot him out, it is going to be big trouble because he can definitely just burst him down with that Veil of Discord plus the Flame Guard. Meanwhile, the Slaughter is just trying to farm up the Blink Dagger. So is the Nyx Assassin, though he's pretty close to that 250 gold left to get that. The Sven completes his Mask of Mana, so he's just going to rotate into the jungle, just AFK farming over there until he gets his items. Actually not, it seems as though they want to go for a kill onto the Juggernaut in the top lane. The Illuminator is not going to deal any damage to the Juggernaut. There is going to be that X though coming in from the Kunkka. That is going to be there. The boat is also going to be there. That is going to deal a decent amount of damage. The Lich and the Juggernaut getting pretty low, but there is going to be that Axe call coming in. With that Blink Dagger, the Crush is also going to be there, and the Sven is just going to melt just like that. The next assassin though, he wants to go for return kill onto the Lich, and we see an amazing remnant coming in from the Ember Spirit. He's going to deal a lot of damage. That's going to be triple kill going for the Ember Spirit. The Axe though, he's looking really low. He gets a return kill on, he gets a return triple kill on the side of Dragon Ball. So this is just a bloodbath going either way. Things are not looking really well for the side of 5 Bhongs. They do lose 4 heroes in that little scenario right there, but the Axe does salvage that fight by getting a triple kill. Keeper of the Light getting close to completing his 4th staff. Meanwhile, the Sven, having completed his Mask of Madness, is just going to go AFK farming in the jungle. If he had started that maybe a little bit earlier, he would not have died just like that in the top lane.
Blessings.
Radiant's top tower is
So the
under
Templar
attack.
Assassin is going to go for the Desolator before her Blink Dagger. That is a really good choice of item, because with that Desolator, she will be able to farm up more. With that Desolator, she will be able to clear out those ancient stacks pretty fast, and that will allow her to get that Blink Dagger sooner than if she went for the Blink Dagger first. So
Radiant's top
we see a
tower
3-man
is
smoke
under
coming in
attack.
from the side of Dragon Ball. They want to go for a kill onto the Lich. The Lich is going to get spotted out. There is not going to be actually the mid lane. There is going to be a shackle onto the Lich, but the Chain Crush is going to be there. That is going to deal a decent amount of damage, but that is not going to be enough to get the kill on either of these heroes. The Axe is going to call on the next assassin though. The current is now going to connect onto the Axe, and he's going to go down. Actually, yeah, he does go down. That was a little bit confusing since we don't know who's going to go down just like that. The Shrine is going to get popped up by the Star Dart. He is going to get shackled up by the Ember Spirit, but there is going to be the TB coming in from the Juggernaut, but the Ember Spirit is just going to be back to base. The Juggernaut though, he's looking to be in a really dangerous position. As we say that, there is going to be a pause coming in from the Axe. So yeah, let me give a shout out to one of our sponsors, Redbull, as our energy sponsor. A daily dose of caffeine, not cocaine, I'm sorry, caffeine. A daily dose of caffeine. It's better than coffee. Do check it out. If you don't know what Red Bull is, I don't know, man. I'm sorry that you ever will. Meanwhile, do check out Twitch as our broadcasting partner. Twitch is a really good medium for gamers to show off their skills. It's a really good medium to just stream games in, so do check them out. And we see a kill going the way of the Sven. The Sven, though, he does go down. That is the 3 heroes dropping down for the side of Dragon Ball. The Templar Assassin actually wants to go for a kill on the Keeper of the Light, but the Keeper of the Light will be able to escape. We see a Remnant coming in from the Ember Spirit. He wants to chase the kill onto the Juggernaut. The Juggernaut is going to get shackled up by the Ember Spirit. He is going to go around. That is a godlike streak going the way of the Ember Spirit. We do see the Axe trying to go for a kill onto the Ember Spirit. He is going to get to the Remnant, but he is actually going to get slowed. The Blink Call being whiffed by the Axe a little bit, but that is not going to matter a lot. He's just going to get that kill. We see an Aether Lens being queued up for the Kunkka. Once he gets that is going to be really good for him. He will be able to get that X from a safe distance. We do see an Impale coming down the bottom lane and an X onto the Temple Assassin. She's getting really low, but it does not seem like Dragon Ball really want to go for that kill. They do not want to commit for the kill unless they have more heroes in their side.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So the Desolator has been completed onto the Templar Assassin. She will be able to farm that Blink Dagger up pretty soon. The Mantis Towel is going to get queued up for the Juggernaut. He has that Yasha completed already. Meanwhile, the next Assassin has that Blink Dagger. Looks really strong in these team fights. He probably wants to go for a kill onto the Lich. The Lich is going to go down. One more right click. No, the magic one has been fought at the right moment and he goes down. The Spike Carapace attempting to just reflect back the damage coming in from the Lich, but the Lich does not want to go for that. The Sentry Ward has been spotted out by the Keeper of the Light. They are going to deward it pretty soon. Meanwhile, the Godstone being popped up by the Sven. He is going to take down that stack.
Dire's middle tower
And we see an
is
X
under
marker
attack.
spot on the Juggernaut. The Juggernaut is looking really low. He does have the healing ward, but that is not going to be enough. Actually, that is going to be enough. But that does get taken down pretty fast. He is going to juke around the trees, trying to survive a little bit. And there is going to be the TP coming in from the Slardart. That is probably going to be a kill onto the Kunkka. The Kunkka goes down. Dragon Ball there, just overextending their advantage a little bit. The Blink Dagger is going to get killed up by the Ember Spirit. He actually has the money to buy that. Once he buys that, they will have another tool of initiation. He does not really need to waste those remnants to go the distance.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Meanwhile, the Axe trying to look for the kill onto the next assassin. If he gets that call, it's going to be really dangerous, but there is going to be the mana burn coming in from the next assassin, cancelling out that Blink Dagger, but the Axe kind of whips that Blink Dagger. The call is going to be there on the next assassin, but there is actually going to be that Ember Spirit TPing there. He actually TPs in. TP is going to get cancelled by the Shackle coming in from the Ember Spirit. That is going to result in the kill, going the way of Dragon Ball. And the Haste Rune is going to get bottled up by the Ember Spirit, and the X is going to be there on the Templar Assassin. There is not going to be a Flame Guard for 1 second. The Flame Guard is going to be there now, and actually that is going to be a Healing Ward, and the Juggernaut is going to get the kill onto the Ember Spirit. The remnants have been dropped. Maybe the Sven could look for a God Strength and go for the kill, but I don't think they want to go for that. They are a bit hesitant on going for the kill since they know that the Ember Spirit is down. So the Sven going to opt for that Echo Saber over that Blink Dagger. Good choice of item. That Echo Saber is going to allow him to get that quick 2 hits with that God Strength buff. And the next assassin, I assume he is going to go for an Agon Scepter, but personally, I would like for him to go for the Dagon, even though that is a little bit memey. Once he gets the Dagon, he will be able to get easy kills onto the Lich, and that is probably going to force the side of 5 Bhongs to go for BKBs, which is not usually preferred for them to go for this early in the game. And we see a 3-man smoke up coming in from the side of 5 Bhongs. The Axe, the Lich, and the Juggernaut are trying to look for a kill on any of these heroes who they might find straying out of the pack.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
We actually see a Radiance. We see a Dire Scan in the Radiant jungle that is going to spot out the Templar Assassin just for a little bit.
Dire's top tower is
and we see the Templar Assassin. She is going to blink away. She knows that there is going to be the next assassin there. But we see a blink and the Veil of Discord, Flame Guard coming in. But there is going to be that call from that Axe. That is a beautiful call coming in from the Axe. And the next assassin is still going to fall. Root is not going to land on any of these heroes. The Root is going to be there on the Slaughter, but that is not going to be enough there. Sven goes down just like that. The Ember Spirit is trying to look for a kill, and he will be able to get that. He's managed to beautifully evade that fall coming in from the Axe with that remnant, and he wants to look for more kills, but I don't think he should be doing that since 2 heroes are down in his team. The Templar Assassin has completed her Blink Dagger, so that is going to allow her to deal more damage, get into the face of the heroes like Keeper of the Light, just melt them down. And a Maelstrom is going to get queued up for the Ember Spirit. He is going to get spotted out by the Templar Assassin. The call is not going to be there, and the Ember Spirit is going to be safe.
Tower is under attack.
So the Keeper of the Light opting to go for that Aghanim Scepter, early Aghanim Scepter, is going to be really devastating for the side of 5 Bhongs. Once they get that, they will be able to siege high ground pretty easily.
Soldier's fortune.
So the Blink Dagger is going to get completed on the Slaughter. With that, they will be able to go for more easy initiations.
Ember Spirit. Now
Meanwhile, we see the Ember Spirit just farming up in the jungle. It seems like the game has reached a stalemate for now. Neither of these teams really want to go for a kill.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
But with that Slaughter's Blink Dagger, maybe they could go for a kill on a hero like a Coddle maybe, since the Juggernaut is present in the bottom lane. So the Blink Dagger is going to get queued up by the Sven. That is going to allow him to just blink into the faces of the heroes like Juggernaut, just get that strong armor and dodge them. We see a Slide Assist into Root coming in from the Ember Spirit that is going to deal a lot of damage, and yeah, he's not going to follow up on that. He's just going to remnant away and is going to be safe for now. The next assassin, though, he is going to scout out the Slardar. There is going to be the Slithering Crush onto the Keeper of the Light. He's looking really weak. The Impale is not going to blink onto the Slardar. He's going to be safe for now. Meanwhile, the Corrosive Haze onto the next assassin. He does not have a way to escape. A few more right clicks is going to secure that, and that is going to be the kill. Going to the left or not. 5 Bhongs are actually bringing the game back slowly but steadily.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
The tier 1 is going to fall down. The Desolator has covered tier 1. And meanwhile, in the top lane, we see the Ember Spirit is going to try to go for maybe the Juggernaut, but he decides otherwise. He blinks, he remnants back into the Dragon. The Slardar just going to be farming up his next items. A bunch of D wards going left and right from the ledge. We actually see a BKB being queued up first for the Templar Assassin. Once she completes that, she plans to go for that Hurricane Pike. The BKB will allow her to not get locked down by the likes of Sven and Kunkka. The Aghanim Scepter almost getting completed on the Keeper of the Light, just about 1,500 gold away from that. You actually see both the sides huddling up in the mid lane, trying to maybe look for a kill. The next assassin, though, he is going to spot out the Templar Assassin and the Lich. And since the call was swift, they actually want to go for the kill. There is going to be the slide of pressure into tackle, and the blink and fail, beautifully done by the next assassin. But there is going to be the return Slithering Crush. The Stormhammer is going to be there. That is going to connect onto the Axe and the Lich. A few more reckless is going to secure that. The Chain Proc is going to deal a decent amount of damage to the Ember Spirit, but that is going to be that. That's not going to bounce off a lot. Meanwhile, the Slardar tries to go for a Slithering Crush onto the next assassin. The next assassin is looking really weak right now, so he's just going to back off. Meanwhile, the Svendo, he's actually looking really weak. He goes down. And a beautiful 3-man Slithering Crush coming in from the Slardar is going to stun the next assassin. And yeah, the next assassin does not plan on dying anytime soon. He's just going to blink back to the tier 2 and he's going to be safe. Meanwhile, the Ember Spirit, having completed his Maelstrom, is looking really strong. Maybe he can go for that Radiance, which seems to be the trend these days.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And the Roshan getting eyed up by the side of 5 Bhongs. They do have the Desolator plus that Corrosive Haze going for the Slardar. And the Roshan is probably going to melt pretty soon. And yeah, we see the Roshan does not really stand a chance against the keywords of 5 Bhongs. So the Ace is going away off to the Templar Assassin. And she actually has the BKB being completed, so she will be able to deal a lot of damage in these upcoming team fights. The bottom lane is going to get pressured by the Ember Spirit and the Keeper of the Light.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
It's probably going to go down since the 5 heroes of 5 Bhongs are nowhere near the bottom side of the map, and they don't really want to go for that team fight. So they're going to huddle up and push the top lane. They don't really care if the tier 1 falls. And the Sven, though, having completed his Blink Dagger, right now is about the best of times for him to show that off. And we see the bottom lane is actually going to get pushed out by the Ember Spirit and his friends. They don't really plan on defending the tier 2 in the top lane.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
The tier 2 in the top lane is going to fall down, and it does not seem like 5 Bhongs plan on stopping anytime soon. They have that Aegis, and Dragon Ball really need to TP back to base if they want to defend this. There is going to be the Coddle TPing back, and with that Illuminate, they do have the chance to defend that pretty easily. We actually see the Slardar trying to go for the Corrosive Haze. He gets that on the Kunkka. And the Templar Assassin, though, she's burnt out of all of her mana. The Torrent is going to be there, and that is not going to be enough. The boat is going to get on to the Axe and the Slardar. A few more reckless coming in from the front will be able to deal a lot of damage, but that is not going to be enough. The Sven actually going to go down to the Templar Assassin. The Aegis is still going to be there, so he doesn't really care. And we actually see Assassin also going to go down. The Ember Spirit is going to be the only significant hero alive who can try to defend this. And we see the BKB getting popped up by the Templar Assassin. Tries to go for the kill onto the Keeper of the Light. The Keeper of the Light is going to go back to his base and be safe. The tier 3 is going to get pushed up by the side of 5 Bhongs. Actually not. It seems as though 2 heroes have TP'd back to the bottom lane, trying to defend that from the Ember Spirit. Actually, we see a really gutsy play coming in from the Ember Spirit. He blinks and tries to go for the kill onto the Lich, but he immediately gets called. Thank the Lord that he had that remnant back in the base, so he just gets back to safety pretty fast. So the Aghanim Scepter having been completed on the Keeper of the Light, he's looking really strong. He has that Illuminate spam going for him.
Blessings.
And then Mjolnir actually going to get completed on the Ember Spirit. The Aghanim Scepter being queued up for the next assassin. He hasn't really gotten around to farming that up yet, but right now seems to be probably the best time for him to be farming that. So the Mjolnir having been completed on the Ember Spirit, he's looking really strong. He can just put that buff on the Sven and he can deal a lot of damage in these team fights. The Juggernaut though opting to go for that Thistle Blade. He has that Skull Basher which is going to get delivered to him pretty soon once he farms that last bit of item up. Meanwhile, for the Templar Assassin though, we see a Butterfly being queued up. The Butterfly will allow her to do more damage, and the evasion coming in is going to help a lot versus that Sven. You see the Shackle on the Juggernaut Illusion, but the Ember Spirit is just going to go back to the Shrine, and he's just going to resume farming. So he's looking really strong. He's level 20, 31 minutes into the game, and the BKB is going to get queued up for the Sven. Once he gets that BKB, I don't think that in these team fights the Templar Assassin will be able to deal a lot of damage. He's not going to get locked down by the likes of the Axe and the Slaughter. So the game has reached a really stagnant phase where both of the teams don't really want to go for a kill on either of these heroes. So I'm going to take this time and introduce who we are. We are Playtonia. Do check us out, our Facebook page. We roll out a lot of good content every week. Also check out our YouTube channel and our Twitch channel. So the double damage is going to get bottled up by the Templar Assassin. That is going to be really disastrous for the side of Dragon Ball if they get spotted out by this Templar Assassin. She can just pop her BKB and melt down 2 heroes just like that.
Radiant are scanning.
So we see a Radiant scan over in the bottom lane, but it's not going to really find any heroes. But meanwhile, we see the Dragon Ball smoking up with 4 heroes. They want to actually go for a kill down the bottom lane. The Ember Spirit is going to TP there, I assume.
Radiant's courier
The Radiant Courier is going to get sniped off by the Nyx Assassin, so that's one thing going for them. We actually see a counter smoke coming in from the side of 5 Bhongs. The Lich and the Slaughter are trying to scout out any of the heroes who are going to get caught out
Dire's
alone.
bottom tower is under attack.
The smoke is going to get broken by the side of Dragon Ball. The Coddle actually breaks that, and the tier 2 is actually under siege. The Templar Assassin with the Redbull makes short work of that. And we actually see a Blink Crush onto the next Assassin. That is not going to result in any kind of kill.
Radiant's top tower.
Meanwhile, on the top lane, the Ember Spirit is just going to be there ratting it out. So as I said, with the Aghanim Scepter, the Illuminate spam, not scam, is going to be there. That's going to deal a lot of damage, but the Healing Ward is actually going to get deployed by the Juggernaut, and that is going to be there. So the heroes of 5 Bhongs have that way of regenerating their health. The Ember Spirit has TP'd back to lane, so they have resolved their willpower and they want to actually take the 5-on-5 team fight. So we see a blink curse onto the Sven. The Sven is just going to melt just like that. The double damage plus the BKB coming in from the Templar Assassin is going to make short work of that. And the tier 2, tier 3 is going to be under siege. Ember Spirit is going to go for the tackle, and the Sven is just going to melt the Templar Assassin down. And the Axe is looking to be in a really weird position. He does have the BKB, so he's not going to be taking a lot of magic damage coming in from the Ember Spirit. The Sven actually goes down once more. That was a dieback. One more right click coming in from the Nyx Assassin, who might be able to secure the kill from the Ember Spirit, but the Ember Spirit is going to survive for now. The mana leak is going to be there on the Axe, and he's going to go down. The Ember Spirit is going to TV into the mid lane, trying to go for more kills, but that is not going to be necessary since 5 heroes from the side of 5 Bhongs are going to go down. They really did not take that team fight seriously. They should not have popped that BKB on the Templar Assassin as they went for that Sven. They should have saved that for the buyback.
Oh, bounty!
So a gem is going to be purchased by the Keeper of the Night. That is going to allow him to go for those D-wards. With that Agam Scepter buff, he is going to be able to spot high ground with that during daytime. So the butterfly
Middle tower
is going to get completed on the Templar Assassin fairly soon. That is going to allow her to deal way more damage than she usually does in these team fights. And it does not seem like the Sven is getting his BKB anytime soon. He has bought back and died just like that. So he will have to go back into his jungle, form that up. Meanwhile, the Aghanim Scepter having been completed on the Nyx Assassin, he's going to be a really tough feat for 5 Bhongs to break.
I'll take that.
Blessings.
Invisibility.
And then just slowly forming up these 2 waves, trying to complete his Fling Dagger. And we actually see a Blade Mail being completed on the Ember Spirit with those talents, which gives him that extra armor. The Blade Mail is going to be really good for him, since he's going to be really tanky in these combats with that Flame Guard mitigating a lot of magic damage, and he himself being a really good tank with that 40 armor going for him. Meanwhile, we see Roshan is going to get spotted out by the side of 5 Bhongs, and the Grills plus the Templar Assassin is going to be there, so that is just going to make pretty soon. The Axe and his friends are going to be around, trying to make sure that the heroes from the side of Dragon Ball basically want to contest that. He just goes down. He's going to get picked up by the Templar Assassin, just like usual. And we see the Ember Spirit down in the bottom lane, just trying to rat it out. The mid lane's tier 2 is going to get contested by the side of 5 Bhongs. Probably going to go down. And the Octarine core being killed up for the Ember Spirit.
is under attack.
The Sven is also not around to fight. He does not have the TP back to base, so he needs to start walking back right now if he plans on getting back to base. And meanwhile, in the bottom lane, we see the Ember Spirit is just going to be ratting it out, and it seems as though the Sven is going to join them. No, actually he gets recalled back by the Keeper of the Light. The Impale is going to be there, and that is going to control the Templar Assassin for a while. The Ember Spirit is just going to be ratting down in the bottom lane. We see a bunch of pings coming in from the Axe, but that is not going to be there. The Juggernaut though TPs back into the lane, and he is going to mitigate and make sure that the Ember Spirit does not take the barracks. The tier 3 does go down. The Torrent is actually going to be there on the Templar Assassin, and we see the turnaround coming in from the side of Dragon Ball. The Scotsman is going to make sure that the Axe is going to melt. The BKB did not come on fuel. The BKB is going to get popped up by the Templar Assassin pretty soon. Actually, no, she swapped it out for the Aegis, so she does not have it yet. She goes down once more.
Flames clear the way.
Dragon Ball just getting back there, getting their game, getting those 2 kills on those priority heroes like the Axe and the Templar Assassin. Get back into the game. With that tier 3 down, they can actually go for the shrine, but it does not seem like they plan on doing that. They just want to go high ground with 2 of their heroes down. We see the recall coming in from the Keeper of the Light. This one is going to get recalled back. He actually does not have the God Strength, but he does ample amount of damage just by himself. So the bottom lane actually is going to get pushed out by the Ember Spirit. They don't have a lot of heroes to defend this with. They have that Slardar plus the Lich combination, which is going to deal a fair amount of magic damage. We see a mana burn onto an illusion of the Juggernaut.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And the bottom lane is going to get sieged up. The Sven is also going to be there, so things are not looking really over for the side of 5 Bhongs. Dragon Ball is probably going to secure this lane of barracks if the Axe does not take this team fight. And we actually see the Lich is going to get controlled by the side of Nick, and Slardar is just going to hold. The Blade Mail is going to get popped up by the Axe, and that is going to make sure that the Sven goes down. And we actually see the Vendetta is going to pop out the Axe, and the Juggernaut is going to be the only one alive. He actually wants to go for the kill onto the Ember Spirit, and that is actually not going to be there since the boat is going to get that kill. The cheese is going to get eaten by the Juggernaut. He is dealing a lot of damage with that Omnislash. That is not going to be enough to get the kill onto the Ember Spirit. The Ember Spirit is going to move really slowly with that Diffusal Blade, and the Assassin, he goes for the Impale. He has an Iron Scepter. He's really not taking any damage coming in from the Ember Spirit, from the Juggernaut actually, but the Side Blades coming in from the Templar Assassin is going to secure the kill on the next Assassin. A really cheeky bait coming in from the side of 5 Bhongs. It does not seem like the Coddle Aghanim's is being fully utilized by the side of Dragon Ball. They are not really using that to heal, since that was nighttime that they took that little skirmish down the bottom lane. And we actually see a Bloodthorn being geared up for the Templar Assassin. That is going to be really devastating for her. We actually see a mana leak on the Templar Assassin. They actually might just force her to go for that BKB. Maybe not. We see an Arcane Rune being picked up by the Templar Assassin. That is going to allow her to spam out her skills more. New Scepter being completed on the Slardar. We see a Blink Crush onto the Sven. The fall is actually not going to be there. The BKB is going to make sure that the Stormhammer does not connect. The mid lane's tier 3 is going to get contested by the Templar Assassin. She deals a lot of damage. She actually blinks in and gets controlled by the Torrent and the X-Mark. She does have the BKB to pop, and the Keeper of the Light is just going to move like that. The Sven is dealing a lot of damage, but he actually brings back. The Bolt is going to connect onto the Templar Assassin. She's looking really weak, but the barracks are actually going down. The crush coming in from the Slardar, plus the Bloodthorn is going to be dealing a lot of damage, but the Lotus Orb is going to negate that silence coming in from the Bloodthorn. The Templar Assassin is actually looking really strong, but all the heroes from the side of Dragon Ball are backed up, and 2 heroes are actually down for the side of 5 Bhongs. The Juggernaut will be able to TP back to base pretty easily. We see the mana burn coming in from the Keeper of the Light, and the X-Mark is going to be there for the Blink Dagger. We will not be able to save him this time. So that's going to be 3 heroes down for the side of 5 Bhongs, and all the heroes from the side of Dragon Ball are alive, so they can actually go for the contest to the high ground. The Ember Spirit is just going to TP back to the top lane, just trying to push that out. With that cooldown reduction, he does have that TP back to the mid lane when he needs to. So that's going to be 4 heroes on the side of Dragon Ball going to be sieging high ground with their Sven and that Coddle. We see the Keeper of the Light is going to recall back the Ember Spirit. He is going to be able to burst down the creep wave pretty fast. He puts the Remnant down at the back. Cheeky way of escaping from the initiations coming in from 5 Bhongs. You actually see a blink in going from the Sven. He is going to just go to the barracks, and he gets that maybe that is going to be really good for him. The Lotus Orb being popped up on the Ember Spirit. The Sven actually, he's dealing a lot of damage, but he's dealing a lot of damage with that Blade Mail coming in from the Axe, but that is not going to be enough. The Axe is actually going to melt. That is going to be 3 heroes down. The Axe actually fights back, and they want to take this fight, and they actually want to end this game right here. Dragon Ball dealing a lot of damage. The Illuminate is going to be there, and that is going to be the Juggernaut going down just like that. That is going to be a double bye-bye coming in, both with the Axe and the Juggernaut. The bottom lane's barracks and the tier 3 have fallen down, and they are planning to get back since the Templar Assassin is just going to spawn back in about 1 second. And the Shrine is probably going to go down if they decide to focus on that.
Flames will spread thrice.
So the Lotus Orb pickup coming in. The Lotus Orb pickup coming in from the Ember Spirit is allowing him to survive most of these team fights since the Templar Assassin did go for that Bloodthorn. We actually see another Lotus Orb being queued up for the Keeper of the Light.
I'll take that as tribute.
We actually see an impale onto the Templar Assassin. The Torrent is going to melt down the refraction stacks. Shiva's guard being queued up for the next assassin. That is going to allow him to be more tankier than he already is.
Are scanning.
He's not going to be taking a lot of physical damage from these carries. The Dire Scan is going to catch up to the assassin for a brief amount of time. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, the Axe is trying to just push that out. Maybe he wants to go for a heart. Once he gets that, he will be able to survive these blink falls, even onto the God Strength Sven. The Lich, though, even though he does not have a lot of items, he is he's still level 18. So that's one thing going for him. He's actually going to go for the Eternal Shadows this late into the game. Might not be that bad of an idea, since more healing is never a bad idea. And you see the classic split push coming in from the side of Dragon Ball, and the Ember Spirit pushing down the bottom lane while the Sven and his friends gather up in the mid lane. So the Octarine core having been completed on the Ember Spirit, he's looking really strong.
Death and gold are linked.
So the Ember Spirit is going to TP back to the top lane. He's going to try to push that out. And the Butterfly actually is completed on the Juggernaut. He opts to go for the Abyssal Blade next. The Abyssal Blade will allow him to control one hero pretty intensely, allowing him to get that kill. The Ember Spirit though is essentially 6-slotted as of now. He could possibly go for a Shiva's Guard next in exchange for maybe the bottle and the Blink Dagger, I don't know. We actually see a 3-man smoke coming in from the side of 5 Bhongs. They want to go for the kill onto either the next assassin or the Ember Spirit. They don't really know where they are. If the next assassin is going to run into the smoked up heroes, he's definitely going to go down since the Lich has that dust. We see the next assassin dealing a decent amount of damage on the Juggernaut. The Juggernaut is not going to be in any immediate trouble. And the Roshan has respawned, so it seems as though the heroes from the side of 5 Bhongs are looking to go for that. We see a blink call onto the Keeper of the Light. The Keeper of the Light is not taking a lot of damage. Counter really does not pop a lot. And we actually see a slide of system for Shackle coming on to the Axe. He has taken that root cooldown. And the next mark into the front is not going to be there. We see the BKB being popped up by the Sven. He's dealing a decent amount of damage. Actually, he's not dealing any damage since. Okay, the Lotus Orb is going to mitigate that undershot coming in from the Juggernaut. And the Sven is actually looking dangerously low. He's going to go on just like that. The Charisma he's coming in from the starter is too much more powerful. The Rain Mail coming in from the Ember Spirit is going to allow him to survive a little bit longer, but just a little bit longer since he just eventually go down. The BKB is going to get popped up by the axe, and the fall is actually going to be there on the Kunkka. The Kunkka will not be able to escape from that. So the Ring Touch plus the Temple Assassin dealing 2 right clicks just like that is going to be able to secure that kill onto the Kunkka.
Had you but eyes to see it.
The heroes from the side of Dragon Ball, not all of them have that buyback. The middle barracks is going to go down. And it seems as though they are opting to go for that mega creeps. The Sun is forced to buy back. He does not have that dot spin though, so he does not really have anything to do. So the top lane of barracks is going to go down fairly easily with that Desolator, and the full threat is coming for the side of 5 bombs. The Agnes of the Tentacaro is not really much in these team fights since his team is dying way too fast. Meanwhile, the Keeper of the Light is going to get silenced up by the Temple Assassin. The Temple Assassin pops her BKB and her KB, and the Assassin, so he is going to just melt down the Sven. He goes down just like that. The Nick Assassin is trying to deal a little bit of damage with that Burrow coming in with that Agnes Scepter, but he's not able to do a lot. And we actually see the hero from the side of 5 Bonds are just trying to dive their base and try to get those essential kills, which will allow them to end the game just like that. So the Templar Assassin actually has 8,000 gold in her inventory. The Rotor Orb is going to get popped up by the Keeper of the Light. That is going to allow him to stay alive, allow him to be alive in these team fights. We actually see them in that upload of territory, or he does not have an Aegis to pop. He actually has buyback, and they can actually just get that mega creep pretty easily if they decide to commit for that. We actually see the axe. A few more right clicks will be able to secure that, but the barracks is going to survive with the sliver of its HP. Dragon Ball managed to hold this game. A seemingly impossible game, even though all of their heroes are dying like flies left and right.
Regeneration!
So we see a Heaven's Halberd being queued up for the starter. The heroes from the side of Dragon Ball are gathering up in the mid lane. They know that this is the time that they have to go for those structures. The Sven does not have any buyback. If they manage to get those structures right now, they can maybe have a buyback coming in from the Temple Assassin is going to be there. And the Lotus are being popped up by the Ember Spirit. He is going to survive for a little while, but he's not going to survive for long since he's just going to get melted by the Desolator coming in from the Temple Assassin. And the Slaughter is actually looking to go for more Slithering Crushes on maybe a hero like the Keeper of the Light. He is going to get spotted out by the Slaughter, but he opts to go for the Ember Spirit instead. Ember Spirit is going to die by. There is going to be the Blink Touch coming in from the friend. That is going to deal a decent amount of damage. And the Slaughter actually goes down. The Temple Assassin has died back. So things are not looking really well for 5 bombs. We actually see a buyback coming in from the Slaughter and the Juggernaut. Hopefully that is going to be enough to hold. They don't have the Temple Assassin, who is their main damage dealer. The Keeper of the Light is going to stay behind and just going to spam his eliminate and hope to heal his team. The tier 3 is going to get contested by the side of Dragon Ball. The Blade Mail Shackle is going to be there coming in from the Ember Spirit. The cameraman is not doing a really good job. He's showing the trees. Goddammit, show the fight. Okay, the fight is going to be shown. And the Ember Spirit is looking to be in a really tough position. The Juggernaut is going to be in one shot after that. There is going to be a beautiful move coming in from the Kunkka. The Kunkka is going to be doing a lot of damage. The Ember Spirit is actually doing a lot of damage with that opportunity, so he's going to be queuing up a lot. But he is not going to be surviving a long time. He is going to die just like that, and GG is going to get pulled. He knows that there is no way for them to win this game since the streets are already there. Good game well played. 5 Bhongs takes this game. Good fight put up by Dragon Ball, but just not enough. And that's about it. I am Siddharth Prashant, also known as Bear, and I'm going to be signing off right now.